En route, Mark and Taryn had to visit a house said to be one of the most haunted but beautiful places in WA. I've got to admit, the countryside was picturesque, to say the least. But the feeling some of us started getting as we approached the homestead was somewhat unusual, along with the garden decor.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Mark.
Taryn.
Pleased to meet you both. My name's Loretta, and if you come for afternoon tea at Oakabella Homestead, or a tour, or tea...
I think we'll have the lunch
and a
the
tour.
tour.
Well, that would be fantastic. Follow me.
OK. I'm loving it already.
As we headed in, Loretta, the guide, got out a set of cards to ask the spirits permission to enter the homestead. Before the trip, our director Steve's wife told him not to go in, and the cards, they suggested pretty much the same thing.
That was an absolutely wonderful meal.
Thank you, Taryn. So now I'll start the tour component, and I'll take you through the 13-room homestead and the buttress barn. My childhood dream became a reality. After the death of my husband, I was invited out to visit a farm in Northampton, Western Australia. As I was driven down the road, my childhood dream of all those years ago was becoming a reality. And to my right, we have some jade that's approximately 80 years old, and the mother piece is 160 odd years just around the corner. So you notice the Oakabella complex works as a visual coherent whole, as all the buildings are so close together and they're built from river sand and stone carted from the property. Now let's go in the dear little old kitchen, always separate from the main homestead to reduce the risk of fire. Low clearance, mind your heads.
Yeah, I'll be ducking.
Okay.
And there's another low clearance too.
That's the one. So in the early days, this little kitchen had compact termite mounds for floors. The bars were put there to stop people from helping themselves to the food. This is a rather interesting little fridge. So I often demonstrate it like this. Isaac? Yes. So they would hang their meat and so forth in there, and a pan of water on top, and the water would drip down slowly. Stop that noise, Isaac. And under the legs, there was oil to stop the ants from crawling up. But in this country, the flies blow their eggs, and the eggs become maggots. They would scrape the maggots off and wash the meat in vinegar.
Right.
Yes, interesting.
Lovely.
So this rather luxurious little room to the right, if you care to have a squizzy inside, was the Chinese cook's bedroom. In the early days, he would have slept on hay. Oh my God, my eyes scouted around the long red dirt road, shimmering stalks of gold from the wheat. It was 45 degrees. A mirage of waves rose from the ground. Apparently, my eyes were all over the place. Then, do I dare mention to Alan Jackson what I saw along the dry winter creek? Or will he think I'm mad? After all, it's the first time we're together. I'd like to take you now into the Oakabella Museum. It comprises of a lot of the things sourced entirely from the Oakabella estate, and it gives a superb insight to early Australiana. This is that jade we spoke about earlier.
160 years old?
Approximately, give or take. When sheep eat this, they get more stupid than normal. Elephants in South Africa get a bit lethargic, and it gives a kangaroo a terrible bellyache, and it's just finished flowering.
Oh,
Long pink candelabras. Couldn't help myself. Look over there. A smallish Aboriginal male in fine costume, stealing, crouching, clutching a bag of small fragments of old glass. His feet barefoot, except around his ankles, entangled in the sinew of small emu feathers. Also feathers around his wrists, and what seemed to be a very large spear, black, like it was dipped in fire. I would like you to see the Oakabella collection in the Oakabella barn, sourced entirely from the estate. There we are.
Built in 1850, that makes it 159 years old. Besides the creepy homestead, we found it to have some very interesting history, which was all dug up on site. This included a vast bottle collection, indigenous artefacts, and some very unsavoury looking gardening tools used back in the day. This all with a rather quirky guide.
No, I didn't see a thing, and if I were you, I would mention this to no one, and I mean no one.